Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So in this one here, I want to talk about, the ratings for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 2, Episode 3, and also get into some other details because we actually learned yesterday when I did the video already, news came out just after I recorded the video actually of who's going to be the panel moderators for The Walking Dead at Comic-Con on Friday. So yeah, I'm really excited about that because honestly, these are probably the best panel moderators The Walking Dead has ever had, like literally to this day. So yeah, I'm really excited to talk about that. So before we go any further, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. I will be doing my Q&A video. There's a lot of questions there. So first of all, thank you so much for posting all of your questions. My Q&A video will be out later today. I do have some other Walking Dead videos coming out tomorrow. And then Friday, well, that's going to be Comic-Con day, right? So there's going to be a lot of videos coming out that day breaking down everything that we learn at Comic-Con. And then Saturday as well is going to be Palais Fest. So I'll do videos breaking down any information that we learn there because it's possible that, you know, maybe there's some stuff that they want to talk about or tease and then they sort of forget about it. Like say Gimple's like, oh, I really wanted to mention that. And so maybe on the Saturday, you know, he mentioned something else. And so, you know, there could be something different. If not, and there's nothing, obviously I won't do any breakdowns of anything. But if there is more news, then I will cover it on that Saturday. And then Sunday is episode 4. So yeah, really exciting here. But the ratings for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 2, Episode 3 have now come in at 0.579 million. So this is now officially the highest watched episode of the season. So really interesting stuff. Honestly, I really wasn't expecting that. I kind of thought the ratings would, I guess, stay around like, you know, maybe 0.500 or like around 0.48, 0.49 something or whatever. But no, it actually jumped up to being higher than the premiere because the premiere is 0.576. This one is 0.579. So yeah, really interesting. And obviously this is just for cable only. Like this has nothing to do with AMC Plus. And this is just the US, I believe. So literally just the US numbers for cable. So it's not a lot compared to the entire world watching and everything. And also most people watching AMC Plus. I'm still seeing those comments. Like I'm even explaining it in videos and I'm still seeing those comments, you know, of, oh, they got to cancel the show because only 500,000 people are watching now. Back in the day, it used to be millions of people. And it's like, well, I mean, yeah, obviously cable numbers have dropped like so much in the last 4 or 5 years and everyone watches on AMC Plus now. Like it's so different. I'm sure the numbers for this show are around like what, 5 million per episode, 4 to 5 million per episode. I'm sure at least. I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing, but you know, there's like 12 million subscribers to AMC Plus. I imagine most people are subscribed to AMC Plus for The Walking Dead. So out of those 12 million or 10 to 11, 12 million or whatever the numbers are, I'm sure at least 4 to 5 million are watching The Walking Dead, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. I have no idea. But again, when you look at the cable numbers and you compare this show to other shows that are airing on cable that are also seen as like successes and stuff, the numbers are very similar. If not, Daryl Dixon is doing better than those shows. And so I look at this and I think, yeah, you know what, honestly, really great. I was really curious if, you know, like what happened to the show or to season 2, like right after the first episode aired. I was wondering how that would have an effect on the ratings and stuff overall. And it really seems like it hasn't had that much of an effect, at least in terms of the cable numbers anyways. Like streaming numbers could be very different, but in terms of cable numbers, it seems like it's kind of fine as of right now. So yeah, just kind of, it's interesting. I was really wondering if the numbers were going to drop a lot, like down to like 0.300 or something like that. But no, they're actually, I mean, it's at 0.579. It makes sense to me as to why they're doing a season 3, because I bring up Interview with the Vampire a lot, but it's because the numbers there are like 0.100 to like 0.200, somewhere around there. And they renewed that for a season 3, even though the numbers were around there. So I just look at The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon and it still has a lot of time. Like by the time the numbers get to like 0.100, 0.200 per episode, they'll probably get renewed for another season still. And also you have to wonder, you know, why the numbers are starting to drop too, because again, people are getting rid of cable every single year. Like people just don't watch cable anymore. I wish the streaming numbers came out. Honestly, I think that would be a lot more interesting to follow in terms of the ratings, because then we would have the exact like accurate number, because I'm sure Interview with the Vampire has a couple of million viewers, at least per episode, you know, and that's why it got renewed for a season 3. So yeah, I have no idea, but I just wanted to bring this up here because I thought that it was kind of interesting because the ratings for episode 3 are actually the highest. And I imagine with the cliffhanger for episode 3 that the ratings for episode 4 should increase because there's probably going to be a lot of interest now going into episode 4, right? Just because of that cliffhanger. So yeah, really awesome. I really can't wait to watch this episode. We're 4 days away until this episode actually airs. And so yeah, really exciting stuff. And so now I want to get into some of the panel details here for The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon and Dead City for Comic-Con here. So we actually got the confirmation yesterday from The Walking Dead that Chris Jericho is going to be the moderator for Dead City, and Robert Rodriguez is actually going to be the panel moderator for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. So that is honestly insane to me. Like, I can't even believe that that's actually going to be a thing. Like, we're going to have Chris Jericho there moderating The Walking Dead Dead City, and then Robert Rodriguez moderating for Daryl Dixon. Like, that's going to be really awesome to see, because obviously they have to be fans of The Walking Dead, right? And so just to hear the questions that they're going to ask, and I wonder if they're going to talk about anything with like Rick, right? Because I'm sure they're going to mention something. Like, they're going to have to mention something. And that's one of the cool things too, you know, like I feel like for like Gimple and for like the actors and stuff, they're also going to be like, oh, this is so cool that, you know, we have them moderating the panel, right? Like, I just think it's going to be really cool in general. And I'm just so excited for this. I really can't wait to see if there's going to be any sort of announcement of anything. Like, again, I'm not expecting there to be an official announcement from AMC about this new show coming out or something like that. That's not the type of announcement that I'm expecting or looking for. Like, I'm sort of expecting that if anything, it's going to be Gimple saying, yes, we're working on this. Or if he's asked about, you know, a potential The Ones Who Live season 2, that he says something like, yeah, you know, we're talking this and that. We're trying to work something out right now. So all I can say is, you know, things are very early on or whatever, and we're talking. And honestly, an update like that would be massive, because that confirms that they're actually working on the next part of the story, and they're trying to see if this could actually be, you know, I guess really well done, to the point where AMC's like, yes, let's do that show. And I do think no matter what, AMC is going to do that show, because obviously AMC wants Rick and Michonne back, right? Like, the ratings for that show were absolutely insane. So yeah, I'm just really excited for this event here. I think this event's going to be absolutely incredible. And yeah, just 2 more days from now. It's really incredible, because honestly, this time of year is just awesome for The Walking Dead. And it's really cool to actually be excited for New York Comic Con, because I'm normally not excited for New York Comic Con, because there's usually not a lot that happens during that event, because the show's either airing at that point. You know, usually they will announce like additional casting, and sometimes there's a lot of that, but for the most part, it really is just sort of talking about the season and whatnot. So that's why I'm sort of expecting for, I mean, that's the thing. It is a little different this year, because they're filming season 3. Usually when that's happening, The Walking Dead is airing and they're not filming anything. So they're just talking about the upcoming season. They're really in the writing process for like the next season of The Walking Dead, right? That's going to be filming the year after. So right now they're filming season 3 of The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. So any sort of insight on that and discussions about that are going to be really interesting. In terms of Dead City, they just finished filming season 2. So there's probably going to be a lot more promotion and talk about what to expect this season, and potentially a release date. You know, that's one thing that I think we probably could expect here at this event here, is an actual release date for Dead City, because we are probably going to be getting a teaser trailer or a sneak peek. I know that there has been some mention of that. You know, I think that there's some insiders that know, I guess, what's probably going to be shown there or whatever, in terms of like teaser trailers and all that. And there was a mention that there's like a sneak peek or something like that for Dead City. So I think a release date makes sense. Like, it might not be a specific date, because the one thing I've learned with AMC is that they don't really give a specific date until like a month or two, you know, before the premiere date. Like, it's very much like it's this year. Like they'll say, okay, later this year or 2025, and then, you know, as we get a couple of months before, they'll give us the month, right? Like, maybe they'll be like, okay, it's March or February 2025, and then once we get to January, they'll probably say, okay, it's this specific date in February or March. And yeah, I'm expecting it to be March, because there's been some, you know, I guess, talk about that. So I think that March makes sense. Maybe it's later March. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm just so excited for Comic-Con this year. I really can't wait for Dead City as well. I'm sort of missing that show a lot right now. Like, it's been fun watching this show, but like, the one thing about Dead City that I really do like is that it is set around where The Walking Dead takes place. And like, that show does feel a lot like The Walking Dead, right? Like, Daryl Dixon does feel like The Walking Dead, but it is a little different. Like, the super walkers and all that, you know, it makes it not feel like The Walking Dead as much, but Dead City is still very much like The Walking Dead. And The Ones Who Live also never really felt like The Walking Dead as much. I mean, sometimes it would, but the characters were like in helicopters and stuff, right? So it just didn't really feel like it was like a classic Walking Dead story. And I could see why Andrew Lincoln afterwards was like, yeah, I want to go back to like survival horror, right? Like, that's where he would like to take Rick Grimes' next story. So makes sense, because sometimes it's just sort of refreshing, right? Like, it's good to do, you know, some of the newer exciting stuff here and there, but sometimes I can get too much, right? Where you just sort of want you know, a very simple story. So yeah, but I'm gonna leave it here. Definitely post all your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and I almost forgot, I will be posting my Q&A video very soon, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Again, if you do want to join these Q&As, they're always fun to do. I do them every single week, and so yeah, I ask for more questions on Discord, so definitely go and join the Discord. The server name is Appetite for the Dead. I'll leave a link down down below in the description of this video. Yeah, and I hope to see you for next week's Q&A. I already recorded this week's Q&A, so yeah, there's that. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.